Hi everyone, so welcome back to the Get Cultured podcast. I'm your host Noelle Black, and today I got the opportunity to sit down with Amanyea Stines. And for those of you who may not be familiar with that name, I'm just going to tell you a bit about who this creative soul is. So Amanyea has spent most of her life on stage, originally as a professional dancer and now as she pursues her long-held dreams of a career in music. As a dancer, Amanyea is trained in ballet, modern contemporary, jazz, folk forms, Latin ballroom, hip-hop, and lantec, and she has a natural love for dancehall. She has worked with Tifa, Cecile, Etana, Jideno, Sean Paul, Conscience, and she's even choreographed for Cardi B and danced in one of her music videos as well. A recent knee injury and surgery was a curse and a blessing to Amanyea, as though she was forced to take a break from dancing. As she worked through her recovery, she was able to introduce her audience to another talent and finally focus on her music career that she had been working on low-key for years before that. So that's all you really need to know for now. She's gonna go more in depth with us in this episode, so I really hope you guys enjoy it. And thanks again for tuning in, and welcome to the Get Cultured family.
Hi.
Alright, so I've actually known about you since high school. You were immaculate, right?
I went to two high schools.
Really?
Yes.
Where did you like?
I went to first to third form. I went to women's.
Okay.
And then fourth and fifth I went to immaculate.
Okay, so funny story, how I found out about you. Hi Sonia, okay, but my friend Sonia, she was really obsessed with you. She had like a girl crush on you, like she admired you. Because she was like a dancer, like she loved dancing, and then she'd always talk about you. I think you're in France.
Yes,
France?
I was in France.
Yeah. Okay, so I sound like a stalker, but
No, that's
you were in France, and she'd always like be like, this girl is so cool, she dances so well, she tours for Etana, I think, and she was just like,
I was Etana's main dancer at that point.
Yeah. So like I've known you since those days.
Oh.
So I know you're like a talented girl.
So you went to immaculate?
Yeah.
And what house were you in?
Take up this one. That was the dancing. I don't know if you're still the dancing host, but I was the dancing.
That was the dancing
yeah, with the best dancers. But yeah, so I've admired you since then because I love dancing, or I love dancers. I don't dance myself. That's a whole other story. But I really like your vibe. I followed you on Instagram. You're very authentic. So I just wanted to have you on the podcast to just talk to me about your journey, because you have had like a lot of milestones in your life as
interesting.
As a dancer. So tell me more about that.
So I started really young.
Mm-hmm.
I was the youngest professional dancer in Jamaica for a while. I started when I was 8 years old. It's the first time I got a paycheck from dance.
Nice.
And over the years, it's always been the only thing I do other than school. So I wasn't big on extracurricular, because afterwards I had to go to rehearsal and then tour. So I missed like a chunk of school because I'm on tour. I have to come back, catch up, tour again. So my life was pretty much based around that, which is not in a bad way. Some people talk about it negatively, and I think it's the most positive thing. Because for you to become amazing in something, there's something called 10,000 hours. 10,000 hours. So you, basically 10,000 hours, and you become a master at what you want to do. I wouldn't say I'm a master, but I've gotten really good at performing, which to me the dance helped me now in my music career. So I don't regret any of that. And I also became much more cultured. And I'm touring at a certain age to strange countries that people can't pronounce or don't see on the map, you know. So, but I think the biggest milestone, because you said milestone before, was when I got an injury. My first injury was when I was 13. I fractured a bone in my foot. And as at that point I was doing Royal Academy of Dance ballet exams, and I did my exam, my last exam, with a fractured foot.
Really?
Yeah.
Ballet?
Ballet.
Wow.
Not cool. probably not the best thing. But after that, I was thrown into a plaster and said, you can't move for this amount of time. That's my first injury. After that, I've been having knee problems, but it wasn't so evident for me to. Then around 3 years ago, I got a huge knee problem.
Okay.
And I actually stopped dancing contemporary ballet dance and started to go into more dancehall more. And I did surgery last year. I think you know about that. You know. But other than milestones, I've had some really cool stuff. I performed for Ghana, you said before.
Yeah.
I performed for Sean Paul for Songfest. It was only 2 Jamaican dancers out of the 6 dancers because they always bring down dancers. It's the first time they use Jamaican dancers in a long time for a set.
Okay.
I choreographed videos, a lot of videos for Cardi B, like cardio videos. A lot of videos. I was in Conscience videos, and I was actually selected to be a Miami Heat girl for 2012.
Nice. What was that like?
One of the hardest experiences.
Really?
I had, yeah. So when you audition for Miami Heat, you audition for with around 100 to 200 people on the first day.
Okay.
I'm like maybe 300 because I was 202. That was my number, so I can imagine there was much more after me. And after that, you have a week long audition, not just that day. They cut it down to around 40 of us, and then you have to basically be a heat dancer for a week, and they evaluate you during that week, and you do contents against girls that look like you, so they start to weed out girls. And then you have to do interviews. So you're not articulate, they don't choose you know. And they teach you how to do makeup. They have like one-on-one interviews with you and tell you how to speak.
Okay.
And what not to say, no.
So you have to go through a type of boot
You
camp
have to
process,
go
like.
So you said boot camp. Then you have boot camp,
Okay.
the real one, where they have a trainer for you and you have to do boot camp every night. They weigh you, they check your BMI, you have to be a certain right. When you become a heat dancer, it became shocking. I didn't expect it. I just did it for the experience. I did it on a bet.
Okay.
And I was being very I bet you say I go to audition for this and I go to make it, but in my mind I'm like, no. And I made it, you know, and I took it seriously. At first I didn't, and I did after. And because when I realized how serious it was. It was no joke. This is an amazing experience, huge experience. A lot of people that started there end up becoming like choreographers and dancers for Shakira, J-Lo. They become more than what you expect, you know. And afterwards, you have to sign a bunch of things because you have to be now a Miami Heat girl. And there's people out there that actually look out for those girls. I didn't know that. I went to a supermarket once in Miami, and somebody came up to me and said, "You're the Jamaican Heat girl, aren't you?"
Wow.
And I looked around like, this is serious. Like, who you know this?
Yeah.
And they asked for pictures, and this is in the supermarket. So you have rules that you can't go to your sweats in the supermarket.
Really?
But you think it's silly at first, and then when I experienced that, I said,
You understand
there
why.
we go. There's a reason for this, you know. And there's just a lot of things I learned from that experience that I couldn't learn from any other experience.
How did you deal with that level of like competition throughout the I'm sure as you have to go through a lot of auditions.
Yeah, and I've been to auditions before, so I can prepare myself for something like this. But you can't really prepare yourself for something like that until you do it, you know. And there's legit girls that dance just like me, dime a dozen. You know, it's not like I'm the best there. Sometimes when you go abroad, it's almost like a culture shock because you're no longer the best. You know, you might be in a small country, you go up, they're like whipping around you, you know, and then there's lots of them that look like you too. So instead of thinking, oh, I'm gonna use this is what I look like. And there's a girl that's like, oh, well, she has curly hair and she's your complexion and she's your height and you know she has a similar to you. You say, so what makes me different? You know, and that's when I'm very proud to be Jamaican. You know, And I'm very, to the point where I'm that girl that has the Jamaican things in the car.
So you felt like that gave you an edge?
What? I made sure that everything I wore for that week and the day was as Caribbean as I could get.
Nice.
So the first day I wore I wore Jamaican colors, neon.
Mm-hmm.
And when they interview me, I sound like this. Because if you're going to select me for something, and this might make me a little different, you know. And some of the moves that they do a lot of Jamaica, because it's Miami, they want an eclectic set of girls that represents Miami, you know. And instead of doing the moves like them, I do the moves my way. You know, eventually I have to do it, everybody has to do the same, but for an audition, you have to make sure you are different, you know. And then on the day, every single, because the last day, the video, and they invite people to come, and it's a big event. You can find it on YouTube. And you have to do 4 different pieces that you learned within that week. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And then you have to model a swimsuit, and you have to do this. It's also my comfort zone because even though I'm a dancer, I don't know if you realize, I'm a little bit tomboyish. So, so for me to be modeling a costume, like at that time, I wasn't that person, you know, and I wasn't good at makeup. I was terrible. And they told me I was terrible. They tell you, they're like, you need to work on this. And I was just like, what am I going to do? That's when YouTube was like my best friend. And then
YouTube taught us all.
That time I didn't have hair. I had a boy crew cut. I had lines. You know? That's the time I learned what a weave was. All those little things, and a lot of times we ridicule these girls that do these things, but they don't know how hard it is when you're actually in it, and when you have to represent something that's more than you know.
How long did you do that for?
I didn't do it for long because on air, not now, I would have chose to, but they tried very hard to figure out how I could do it for long. I was on a student visa, and we were trying to, it was supposed to be an internship for me, but between my school and everything else, they couldn't get it to be on the internship. So, and it was a sad thing because they all like, we want to be here.
That's nice.
Yeah,
You made an impact.
I did, because I tried to be, before I was explaining to you before this interview that sometimes I can come off standoffish. But if I'm in a space with you for a very long time, I'm a joker. You know, I try to make you feel good. I like to make people feel good and make people laugh. And it naturally happens. So being around them, even though I'm different, they naturally try to make And then I try to teach people about my side. A lot of people don't think we have ballet in Jamaica. So for me, one of the strengths was that I did ballet. And you wouldn't think that the Jamaican girl would be the stronger girl, the stronger one in ballet. You would think, okay, she's the one with thighs. No, I was the cleanest one there.
Nice.
So for that time, you know, so they just learned a lot about the Caribbean that they didn't before. And that's what I try to do. I go there, I try to make you feel like, who have this, you know, I don't really need to, you know?
Yeah.
So, because there's lots of times I've been in a space, I went to Chicago 1 year on tour, and I went to class on my own, left everybody and decided to go to a class in Chicago. I'm that person. And I walked in and one of the girls said, where are you from? I said, Jamaica. She's like, people dance in Jamaica. Okay. And then I walked to them asking them, don't you guys live in those little huts?
I've gotten asked that
What
question
are you
before.
watching on TV? And I'm that type of person that I do this. I'm terrible. I'm like, yeah, man, I live in those huts. Because in my head, and you cannot really see the huts, but I'm that person like, yeah, man, we live in the huts, we have like little thatch roofs. Like, I just go in, the beach, and we're like, Bob Marley, and Bob Marley, and my mother hates that about me because I just feed into it. I'm like, yeah, sure. I'm always like, you can't do that, you have to tell people. Because she's an advocate, you know, and I'm just like, oh man, I must learn one day. From me though. So I danced, and when I was done, she's like, wow, I said this is like, do people, are you just the one, or do people like that? And it's like, there's many of us here. We are talented, you know, as people.
Very.
When it comes to culture, we are ridiculous.
Yeah.
And for people that we have this much resources, you know, and we just explode with it. We don't have the fancy stuff they have everywhere else. We're getting it slowly, you know. That's what I love about Jamaica, you know, because we must get it one day. But that's not how it started out.
Okay, so going back to your injury now and what that meant for you, because, alright, so I mentioned earlier that I love dancing, but growing up, I wasn't able to do dance classes. Anytime I'd ask my parents, they're like, it's just like another expense we can't take on right now. But I really loved it. Like, I loved watching dancing. Any chance I'd get, I'd try to do like cheerleading at school, like through Tech or in prep school, anything like that. I'd just try and do what I could for free. And then since I've started working now and I'm making my own money, I decided to like start teaching myself dancing. Because I think I read somewhere that Misty Copeland didn't start ballet until 18 or so. Is that a wrong fact?
No, it's not wrong. I don't think it's 8. I think maybe it's 15, 16. But whatever it is, it's old for a female.
Yeah, and then
because a male can start that time.
Yeah.
Because males are, not that they're quicker, but something about them, she's like genetic makeup when it comes to athletics or these kind of things. They just, I can say they work a little faster. And this is all experience because I teach as well.
Okay.
So there's this male dancer in Lakatko. His name is Orain, and he's amazing. He started at 15.
You've probably seen him dance.
He soared past all of us like this.
Yeah.
This is a male thing, like they're not afraid.
Yeah, maybe.
Because
it's more reserved.
Yeah, because like I'm not going to do a backflip out of nowhere. You have to train me and show me. A male will be like, I want to try that. Like, you know, like little boys?
Yeah.
You're not going to see a little girl doing that.
Yeah.
And it's not because they don't want to. It's just that the males just don't have this fear.
Yeah.
And there's this another dancer, you're talking about teaching yourself, Keenan Fletcher. He left now, I think he's in somewhere in Europe. And he got a scholarship to a school for ballet. Amazing. He started after high school.
Yeah.
And he taught himself from YouTube.
Yeah, so that's what I was so that's what I was doing. So I was going to go to paid classes first, and then I got an opportunity through a friend to go to like a free class through the National Dance Company. NDTC, yeah. And like it's like a free class for people who are transitioning into the company, but it's people who are like experienced, like trained dancers.
Like the juniors.
Yeah. So I went to the class and with my friend who's also my age, but she's danced before. So I went to the class and I talked to the teacher. I told him I've never danced before. He laughed and he was like, so I asked him, can I stay anyways? Because even though it's free, I know like I don't want to waste anybody's time. Like I know like the other dancers are at a certain level. And he said, yeah, you can stay, but you also have to do other classes outside of this. Like one class a week won't be enough. You have to go to the gym. You have to be on top of your diet. Like just a bunch of stuff to like.
We're athletes.
Yeah.
And that's where people don't get they want to do. They don't understand that.
Especially
I didn't understand that.
Yeah.
So let me not. I didn't understand. I just started the gym. Like, if you asked me 2 years ago if I would go to the gym, I probably would have thrown up some middle finger at you. And I was so not against, but why did I need to go to the gym? I'm a dancer. Misty Copeland goes to the gym. All those top dancers in America and Russians, they go to the gym. Yeah. So it's like a track star. They don't just run. They have to go to the gym and they have to train. I didn't learn that until last year. That there's a lot of injuries I could have avoided. And it's not only gym. You don't have to go to the gym, but just types of exercises that are gym like that I could have done at home. I didn't. So when he tell you that, it's the right thing to tell you.
So I took it seriously. I was already going to the gym though, but I started like I started waking up early in the mornings, and I'd like stretch before I start my day just because like I'm not flexible at all. I mean I'm starting at 22 years old, 23. So
slowly activated.
So like I was committed, and then
yoga on YouTube. You tried that?
Yeah, I was doing that too. Then I injured my knee.
There you go.
And then this has been like a lifelong like issue that always happen. But this one was like really bad, like it slipped out, and I haven't done surgery on it yet, but I'm just afraid to start back dancing
Let's
because
say, I don't know, first of all, surgery shouldn't be first thing.
mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
I'm going to tell my story by telling you what
Yeah.
you can do, but based on not what you should do.
Yeah, man, like, because I've had the advice from doctors and stuff, but I just wanted to lead into, like, I know, like, I've experienced that fear about starting back, so I want to know if you have any fear, like, surrounding, like, your dancing and stuff.
Fair.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start from the top. I
Mhm.
did a surgery that was supposed to be an hour. Said, well, we looked at the MRI, I looked at it too. So the thing is, people think that doctors are supposed to be superhumans. They're human.
Mhm.
They have eyes like us.
Yeah.
They're studied, but that don't mean anything. That don't mean they have to know every single thing going on.
Yeah.
They don't have like X-ray vision.
Mhm.
So even if MRI is made to see so much.
Yeah.
You know, until you go in is when you really see. So we saw a flap, and when we looked at the flap, my Dr. Abbott said, we can shave down. So it might be, is this a risk we might take? So that's the risk I thought I was taking. I was okay with that risk.
Mhm.
It's supposed to be hour tops. Went in, my surgery was 4 hours. I didn't have a flap, I had many things happening.
You were awake?
No problem. So I asked for that because I'm not the person that needs to see gold money. I'm not that curious.
Mhm.
I'm curious, but
Not that.
just put me to sleep.
Yeah.
I just need to be calm,
Mhm.
which is a good thing because I know I would have freaked out if I was semi-awake. And I won't go into it, but it was 4 hours, and the recovery time became a lot more than we expected. The issue was I going to walk properly? Was I going to be able to do normal things? I didn't think about that at that time. Other people like, oh my God, you dance. They were thinking about dance for me. I just wanted to walk properly and do normal things. So that's when a little life thing happened where maybe I might not dance the way I used to dance,
Mhm.
but I do want to walk. So that changed. And then the recovery started, and it was this battle has been one of the hardest battles in my life. My surgery and my recovery wasn't easy. The meds they put me on, not their fault. I reacted badly. I had to go to the hospital for the meds. I came off painkillers. I did most of my recovery not on painkillers. So I felt a lot of pain. And I lost 17 pounds. I lost all my muscle mass. My body has been dancing and moving from I was around 6 years old. So, and I never went a week without at least dancing once. Missy Point has something she said. She doesn't go a day without a dance class. There's a reason for that. Your body relaxes. You have to tell your body to remember what you're doing all the time. It's like athletes, they go off a week. A track time for a week is almost like five months for them, So in 3 months I lost 17 pounds and basically all the muscle mass that I had, all the muscles I needed. And one leg went down super slim, 2 inches smaller than the other leg.
Wow.
It's still an inch and a half smaller now, but it's me having to work on it. I got sores from being in bed.
Mhm.
Someone had, I will tell you the truth, everything. Someone had to bathe me. Couldn't bathe myself. Because I couldn't, I wasn't allowed to go in the shower. We were trying not to get me wet because the type of procedure I got done. It was hard for someone that moves on their own and does everything for her own to have to sit there and have to bathe. You have to wait for someone to help you to walk. And just to let people look at you.
Yeah.
They are not used to you being that way.
Mhm.
So even though they're like this, you see it in their eyes, it's like, wow,
Yeah.
this must be really bad,
Mhm.
And when I started to do small things that's when it broke me, because everything was easy to me before. Now I couldn't lift my leg at a regular angle without shaking and without it being the hardest thing I've ever done. They had, my physio was amazing. Honestly, she felt this journey with me, and I'm glad that she was also a friend of mine, which also helped me with the journey. I asked her so many questions and bawled together with like a lot of things, you know. When I started walking on my own, it was the most emotional. It's like when a baby just started to walk. It was an emotional experience for the both of us, because that's what we needed to get for me to be walking on my own, you know. There's certain things that even my physio had to hold her stomach to do, because she had to put weights on my leg to straighten it. It's a painful experience, but to straighten my knee the other way, and she would like do it and look away, you know, because I'm such a good sport. I'm very good with pain, but there's so much pain you can take, you know, and mentally too, there's so much you can take. This experience mentally has been such a journey that because of that, your fear that you have, it's my biggest fear to go back into a studio in my full capacity. To the point where or maybe I might not ever, which is not something to say, but, and that's only because I have two loves. So
you feel like you're getting a chance now to pursue
I'm finally getting a chance, because I still hide behind my dance, you know. As a lot of people don't know, I am actually a very shy person. You know, I get on that stage, and what people don't understand with creatives, that they need to understand, a lot of us are very shy. But when we get on a stage, we don't see you. When I look in the audience, I don't see anybody's face. It's just like I block everything out, and I see that light, and that's all I see. So that I can perform like that. When we're dancers, oh my God, we don't see nobody. We just go on that stage. We come on and we have to see everybody. It's just like, you know, a wormhole you want to. But because of that, I didn't pursue music. I had a lot of these songs already recorded, but I would sit down on them because I was so afraid. I did a surgery, and know it made me have to do it. The video I released last year, my first video, everybody's like, oh my God, you're dancing in heels. And a lot of people don't know, I shot that a year before of my surgery. Fun fact. And I sat down on that video.
Wow.
So when people say, oh my God, your knees well, I was like, nah, I'm still like sitting here with
you talked about your fear from holy crap, and your singing career. What was it about like a music career specifically that scared you so much?
So not that dance is easier, but dance is easier for me. And a lot of people too. When I've asked a lot of people that dance and sing, and which one they fear the most, and most of them fear the singing. Because guess what? You can find more flaws. If I mess up in a dance, I'm going to freestyle my ass off until I come back, and people are going to think, oh, that was the solo, and it was supposed to be there. That's if you're as confident, because there's a lot of people that mess up in dance and they freeze, and they go, but that's not me. I've got my experience, my 10,000 hours has got me to a point where I don't freak out anymore. But I don't have that many hours with the singing. And not even that. It's just that you can hear more flaws, and people actually tear you down a little more when it comes to music.
You're good at it though. I've seen you perform.
Hey, that's another thing I feared. I didn't want to jump into something that I didn't feel welcome. I didn't want to be another dancer that sings that they're like, oh, what you doing? I wanted to take my career and their career seriously, because there's so many people in the music career that are amazing. I didn't want to jump into their space and be like, doing it just because. I'm not doing it just because. I actually started to writing when I was 13. So even so most of my music now, I have most of the writing credits on it because I write as well. A lot of people don't know that. So it's not something I jump in because it's the hype. I love music, and being a dancer, you appreciate music in such a different way.
Yeah.
You know? So there's things I might not be as, I'm not gonna say as musical, but when it comes to instruments and all like those kind of things, you lost me. Like when they start to say, oh, on the fourth or the C and the bell, I just like, okay, sure. But musicality, I know what I want to hear and know what I want it to sound like. I might not be as versed in the language, but I can tell you, especially in a percussive way, because we as dancers, that's what we are, we're percussionists. That's what we dance. We're making the rhythms through our body. We're somewhat musicians in our own way, you know?
Yeah.
So, but music is just terrifying. It's like me talking to you right now, it's terrifying. You know? So,
you seem like you get it.
Oh. We're calculating everything before it comes out. Okay. Joke, not that much.
So what's next for you then, like in terms of music?
So I'm taking my time.
Okay.
Don't want to rush something because I think it's the right thing to do. Because I don't want to be hyped for a moment, dead for the next. You know. I hope to God people appreciate me for my career in a longevity kind of sense. Not, oh, she had this song for this time, you know. And I want my music to not just play in a dance hall, but to play in spaces that you don't expect. So I'm working on that.
Okay.
So I'm working on to change my music or to develop my music to be more me, and that I can get it in avenues that I don't even expect it to be. So I'm taking my time. I'm not rushing things. I'm performing now because I need to practice, and I feel like that's something Jamaicans or Caribbeans lack on our own. With coming out of dance, rehearsal is key. I love to rehearse.
Yeah.
I need to get it. I love to rehearse. So when it comes to music, I do want to place that. I'm trying to be better at performing because when it's time and I do release, that's not something I want to lack. I don't want people to say, well, she sounds good on the radio, but you ever see her perform? That's like my worst fear.
And you probably have that advantage too in terms of from your dancing.
Right, that's why I said I never ever, because when you think about it, like the other day I watched Beyonce's
I was just thinking about
Homecoming. I watched it, streamed it last year when it wasn't on Coachella, but then watching it from the Netflix and seeing the background and seeing it up close.
She's amazing.
I hurried knew this because I'm that, you see how your friend is a fan? I am almost obsessive when it comes to Beyonce because she has a work ethic that is almost ridiculous. And I think people get to see. I knew from day one because I'm like this stalker, but people get to appreciate it more, especially after Homecoming. It's just that I don't know. She started from she was what 6, 7. People don't get that.
Yeah.
I've choreographed for many artists, and I've loved choreographing for artists because I get to choreograph for them. So when you get like when you get like a unique level, you have to know what the artist can do, what the capacity is, so that you can know what to put around her. You know that she's not gonna do all of the but she can catch on to 1 or 2 pieces. And then you have another artist where she's not gonna move. So you have to make sure you know how to dances. But there's some artists, some newer artists that will come to me and say, I have to do everything. So have you danced before? Yeah, I used to do a little something. Beyonce didn't used to do a little something, something. Beyonce did dance classes. And they need to respect that. They don't respect dance in the way they feel like the little something, something can give them. Just because they're not doing explosive things and it's just for performance, they don't understand that. They need training as well. So I'm so happy that I got that training. It might be a lot more than I needed for this, but even creatively, my mind is open to things. So eventually, I do want to have dancers on my show. I can't wait.
And you're already choreographing for all the artists. So like imagine when you come back.
I can't wait to do for myself. And it's not a selfish thing, but I think it's my turn now.
Yeah.
You know, I've done it so many times. I've watched my mother do it so many times. You know.
Your mom is pretty cool. Like
She's
I saw
dope.
her talk at Indigo.
You did?
Yeah.
See, she's another dope one. She don't run. She's the opposite for me. She's an extrovert. You know, she pushes like this. You know, and she has, watching her is a big experience for me. Because dancehall, the first time dancehall went on a theatrical stage, like Dr. Lantern is trying to put it there. So for us to have dancehall on the stage now was a break. She was ridiculed. People like trash her in the newspaper. The dance is called Boyaka Boyaka, and she put it in the authentic way, the speaker box, the bati rider, the this, the that, and it was on Little Theatre stage. The first person to pay a dancer for like a video or whatever was Dr. Amanyea Stines. So she's a breakthrough for a lot of things when it comes to dancehall, and she's the reason why I respect dancehall so much.
Yeah.
If you talk to me about dancehall, dancers and stuff like that, and you come to me in a negative way, you're going to get something negative from me because I know what it is. I know what it is to be behind that, to see that. I have so much respect, especially for like Spice dancers. Rebel is my friend. And I've watched her grow from coming from country to come, you know, like she just grew, and look at her now. You can hardly get her.
Yeah, I don't think anybody can deny their talent.
And she's amazing. And she's not amazing, she's not just, head top, da 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 da. When you see her tour and teach her own classes, how clean she is, and how she teaches, and how she articulates. There's that back in the day, you could have never sent a dancer to go teach nowhere because you were afraid that they couldn't. Now, all of them, they're amazing teachers, you know? And I feel like my mother is a big forefront in that as well. And you have other people like Kimiko Versatile, Antonio Stars that has been creating that, and rehearsal. That's one thing dancehall didn't have in the past. Rehearsal.
It was more of a freestyle.
It was more of a freestyle. Like when you try to get them together, one hand and go so, the next hand and go so. No, they're getting there with detail, and they're not there yet.
Yeah.
But we're much closer.
There.
Yeah. And that's what I'm getting to. Like, I just want to make sure that I practice enough. And I'm so glad the world got to see Homecoming.
It was amazing.
4 months of rehearsal in hours. And it's some, you know, when dancers come for me and, you know, we're rehearsing for artists and 2 hours gone, I'm like, well, it's time for us to go. And did you get it yet? That's what I learned from Miami Heat. We don't leave until we get it.
Yeah.
We could care less. Did you get it? Are we perfect? We're not leaving. And that's the energy that I feel like Jamaica doesn't have yet.
Yeah.
And I'm nowhere near where I want to be vocally. So that energy, I'm trying to put that in my music. Where I'm trying to practice more, trying to rehearse more, trying to perform more. So that you're not embarrassed of me when I go elsewhere. I'd love to make Jamaica proud.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you. All right. So, before we go, I wanted to ask you 2 questions. One, I want to know. First, you can answer this. What's the impact you want to have on Jamaica?
As I said, impact I want to have on Jamaica. Production-wise, I hope to be. I'm gonna use the word dope. a lot of people, everybody says they want to be different. I want to be dope.
Yeah.
I want it to look. You see popcorn right now? To me, popcorn is dope.
He is.
You know, he has between the international and dancehall, he knew how to fuse that, and now it's become something dope. Because that's what they're doing. They're taking our culture and they're making it dope for themselves. So why aren't we doing that?
Yeah.
You know. So I just want to fuse all my madness. So I have madness, I have all these visions, I have all these ideas. I just need to get them out there, but I need music first. That's why I'm taking my time.
Yeah.
And I want to put it with a lot of dopeness. That's what I hope to be for Jamaica, for them to look at me as an artist and say, yo, that girl, I hate the word different, because everybody wants to be different. But there's a lot of people like similar to each other. I cannot say I'm this.
Yeah.
I am the only one. I am not the only one. I have 400 years before me. Plenty people do it before me. But what can I add to it? What can I add to that? That's what I want to be for Jamaica. They look at me and they're like, dope. She's doing it. Dope.
Good. Okay. Second question. If you could give us, so me and my listeners, one piece of advice, what would that be?
Oh, that's the question I think it was coming. That's the question you get, you know. And then you go, what's the advice I give myself?
Not just like dancing, but like creatives on a whole.
Advice? Don't be afraid. It's corny, but it's the biggest setback. So I'm going to use my knee surgery as an example. Last month I went back to the doctor, and the doctor said, you don't have enough muscle yet. You still need to work on it. You're still behind. My doctor told me I could start doing dance classes about 5 months before that. Guess who didn't take it seriously because I was afraid? Me. And now I don't have enough muscle. Being afraid can not only take you a step back, but can also be detrimental to your health. It is healthy to do something that you want to do. It's healthy to make a job out of something that you love. That's healthy. What's unhealthy is when you take up something that you hate. All respect to 9 to 5, because there's some people that love it.
It's meant for some people.
If you are not that person and you take it up because you feel like you're afraid of what the world can do to you,
it's healthy.
it is unhealthy and it can bring you one step back. My body is used to dance. So my body, to get back the muscle, I have to dance. Not maybe to the fullest, but I have to do something. So my fear of not doing it put me in an unhealthy state. I don't think that helps.
No, that was amazing. Okay,
so don't be unhealthy.
Thank you so much for being here.
No, thank you for having me.
That's the end of the episode, guys. Please like, share, subscribe, all of that, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Water.